Studio, it's Cofield and Company.
We don't want to fight. We don't want to argue. All right, we'll try to do that for an hour. I don't think it's going to work too well.
Yes, we are 3 adult males with a group text about 13 reasons why. That does not stop all day.
I'm a sweaty, chubby guy.
It's time for Cofield and Company with Steve Cofield on ESPN Las Vegas.
5 o'clock hours here. Cofield and Company, Steve, Adam, and Ari. Big 5 time.
Battleborn Injury Lawyers presents the Big 5 at 5. Number 5.
Before embarking on the journey to talk about a movie you watched this weekend, I'm just going to say right off the bat, you're a moron.
Okay.
You pay $20 to watch a movie online.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I did. Well, it's Corona era, right? I mean, if the movie was supposed to be released in theaters, it wasn't because there's no movie theaters. So, or at least not everywhere. So they put it out online only. And I guess what they're doing now is putting movies out online, and they're $20, which if you go to the movie theater, you're going to pay more than that. But at the same time, it really made me uncomfortable.
What movie was it again?
King of Staten Island.
Okay, and now, is it available on any platform for free?
No, it's only on demand. It's through
really?
It's through like 6 different services.
Oh, because I kept seeing it up on Netflix, and I assumed it was a Netflix release.
That's what I thought.
And that Netflix would be free, because I was going to sit here and start yelling at you, like, if you need a password to watch one movie,
No, I have Netflix.
then go ahead and do it. Wow. Okay, so is this the first time we've seen this?
I think they've done it with a couple other movies. I just haven't really been interested in seeing anything. So I didn't, there was no time where I was like, oh, I want to do this. Yesterday I was looking around and I was like, oh, the movie came out this weekend. Is there a theater I can go to? I thought they might. There was a rumor that they were going to put it at like the drive-in theaters.
So what's the price point for you? Like what it would cost normally?
Yeah, because if you go, you're going to get like a drink or popcorn.
So then
or something.
Why is 20 that troublesome then? Really?
It just is, because you see it. You're like, 20 seems high for a movie.
10?
10 would have been no problem.
Okay.
20 was just like. Now I got it on Amazon. I have like $6 in Amazon credit, so it's really 14.
But you still have to spend the money. You still use your credit on that instead of something else.
I know.
Okay, was it good? It wasn't good.
It was okay.
Yep. You know what? As soon as I saw McKinnell bragging about that schlubby putz, who made the movie?
Judd Apatow. I
got to do some research on this. When I saw McKinnell say that Judd Apatow is this era's John Hughes, I was like, okay, I guess I'm missing it, man. I don't know.
Can I tell you?
Apatow movies many of them annoy the crap out of me. They seem to have like the similar story, similar elements. Like I don't know, man. And you just said it was all right. You pay $20 for a movie with a guy that you love, that you're completely apologetic for.
I know. I love Pete Davidson.
In Pete Davidson, it was only all right. How do you screw up a movie for Adam Hill with Pete Davidson?
Well, here's the thing. I actually think it might have been. I think it might have been really good, but literally the whole time. And I just thought about the $20. I'm not cheap. I'm not.
I know you're not.
But it just seemed like the whole time I'm like, I paid $20 for this. Like, well, I don't know. Like, I liked it. I enjoyed it. And by the way, the cast is incredible. The cast is incredible. Bill Burr is his dad. Or not his dad, excuse me. It's his mom's boyfriend. Marissa Tomei is the mom who's in it. She's great. Like, the cast is great. There's a ton of just stand-up comics who make like cameos throughout the whole thing. And I loved, I was like, oh yeah, there's Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane, and there's Liza Treyger. Like, there's all these like New York stand-ups that are, just random little parts throughout the movie. Like, I love that part of it. And I love Pete Davidson. And it was kind of semi-biographical about Pete Davidson. They changed a lot of the stuff about it. But, like, in the movie, his dad is a firefighter who dies. Not in 9/11, but he's a firefighter who dies. He lives with his mom just like he does in real life. Like, all those, like, a lot of it was, like, biographical. But at the same time, I think the price of it just threw me off. I do. But I enjoyed it. Like, I'm not disappointed that I bought it. But 20 just seems like a lot for a movie.
This could become the norm.
Yeah. That definitely could. But I think they also might think about, would you sell twice as many movies if it was 10 instead of 20? I don't know. Or if you just want to see it, are you going to pay the 20?
Number 4.
Wasn't I just talking about SpongeBob the other day?
Yes.
I don't have kids. I don't know anything about SpongeBob. I was asking about who the blob was, and you said it was the starfish because I was comparing the starfish to Nikola Jokic's old build, just kind of blobby.
Yeah.
Schlubby and Blobby are coming out in the Big Five today.
Yeah.
Is this real? Nickelodeon decided to actually go with SpongeBob as a dude?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, Bob? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it always androgynous?
I've never heard of anybody call him Bob before.
Well, I assume SpongeBob was a dude.
No, I know, but I'm just saying I've never heard anybody call him, Bob. He's a guy. Right?
I never know what to. I never know what to say. I want to be, but he is part of the LGBTQ community. So SpongeBob is gay.
So you said you don't watch SpongeBob. I don't watch it a lot. I've watched enough of it that I always just assumed he was gay.
Okay.
Like they don't really hide it, but yes, clearly people were kind of worked up this weekend when Nickelodeon decided to choose Pride Month as a time to basically just announce SpongeBob is gay.
Okay.
Again, shouldn't have been a shock to anybody that's seen it. People were passing around memes like there's one episode that everybody was just kind of posting the video from this week where like him and Patrick, the starfish, the Nikola Jokic, if you will,
the blob,
they like meet these other two guys and like clearly SpongeBob is in love with one of the guys. And as they're driving away, he's like, I really liked him. And he's like, me too. No, I really liked him. Like it's not hidden. Like they weren't secret about it, but they just decided to make it official, and it just outraged people, which I don't understand.
I've never looked up the characters, but I actually just looked up Patrick Star. He first appeared in the pilot episode. 21 years old now, this cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Holy moly.
Been around a while.
And that's who I was talking about. You're right. I never picked up on the fact. I don't think I picked up on the fact that the starfish had the arms out. I always just pictured it as just legs and just a cone shape.
Pat, we're going to call SpongeBob Bob.
What do you think of Damon Arnett, Raiders cornerback rookie? Said, so now SpongeBob gay. Laugh out loud. 2020 doing so many people wrong. He a sponge. They're trying to expose these kids to everything early. First comment of support came from Steve's Steamy Shark. I love Twitter. And Triple S said, thank you for speaking the truth. Another guy said, I thought they were supposed to be asexual, but no.
I saw a comment. Why do we have to go and sexualize sponges now? Okay. SpongeBob is not an actual sponge. I mean, he's supposed to be a person, kind of like he talks and has a mind. Here's the thing.
By the way, who's working on your Damon Arnett story about SpongeBob? Because that has to be assigned at the RJ.
Well, as soon as we have access to him, I'm going to him right away.
You don't need access. You just sneak around a park.
It's true. I'll do that.
Right? Is he at Target? Just take a picture of him.
I think he was there once. I don't know that he's been there regularly.
All right.
I'll ask him about it for sure. I can't wait. Here's the thing with that. I agree to a certain degree. Like, I don't know that you have to have relationships. Like, do you have to explain to 4-year-olds like relationships between anyone? I don't know. Like, I don't think you have to have heterosexual relationships if it's a kid show. But if you're going to, like, then you're exposing them to love and to relationships, then you should expose them to all types of relationships.
This could be, we could do more on this tonight on the Late Night Happy Hour show. We will find a parent that we know.
Can we also
and they will be judge, jury, and whatever on SpongeBob.
Can I send you that clip of SpongeBob clearly being gay?
Do whatever you want. Yeah, I always want to research. Top 3 stories.
Number 3.
I haven't watched McGuire Sosa 30 for 30.
Don't.
I want to.
It's on right now.
Because I want to see all this stuff like, hey, it's been 20 years. Let's find out about the steroid era. Let's get the behind the scenes information on this. How was it?
Then don't watch that.
Why not?
I mean, if you want to watch just a glorification of two guys chasing a home run title, that's your show.
So that's what it was, just a celebration of the chase?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Very,
really?
very little. Very little.
You said it was one of the worst 30-30s ever.
I thought so. Well, because, I mean, what's the great thing about 30 for 30s for the most part? It's showing you stories that you know, but giving you a lot of information that you really didn't, or that, maybe behind the scenes looks that you didn't really know about. I can't think of anything I really learned from this And it was just like how great was this home run chase? Which, if you ignore everything going on around it, fine. It was a lot more about, hey, people had given up on baseball because the 94 strike, and these two guys with their home run chase really resurrected all of it. And you're like, no. And then, I mean, they mention it.
Yeah.
It's not like they didn't mention it. But they did like a little here and there interspersed, and then they did one 4 or 5 minute segment near the end of, oh, there was some suspicion out there. Like, what's some suspicion? What are we doing? And McGuire talks about it at the end of the documentary. He and by the way, delusional as ever, because while he admits what he did, he once again says, I still think I could have done it. I think I could have hit 70 without it. Like, dude, come on. He said all the performance enhancing drugs did for him was keep him on the field, keep him from being injured, helped him recover, and that was about it. And he could have hit 70, he thinks, without it, which is preposterous. Sammy Sosa still has not admitted it, and they showed an interview with Jeremy Schaap right after, which had aired previously, which I hadn't seen, and Jeremy Schaap is like, did you, McGuire's admitted it, did you do it? And he's like, I never tested positive. And he's like, well, you did, 2003. He's like, well, that was supposed to be private. Okay, well, did you do it? Never tested positive. You did. Well, I never tested positive though. Like, okay, you did. And then Jeremy Schaap changed it up, which I thought was smart. And he goes, okay, fine, you didn't do it. Mark McGuire says he did. So aren't you furious that Mark McGuire was cheating and
Brilliant.
you weren't?
Yeah, brilliant.
And Sosa's like, we don't have to talk about this. Like, yes, we do. What are you talking about? We don't have to talk about this. You can't take all this glory from it. And by the way, Sammy Sosa also, as we know, corked his bat, which people have mixed feelings about that. But the guy was always looking for an edge. And he also was tiny. I think that's one of the things you learned that you knew, but you learned again from the documentary of like watching him when he came up. He was a tiny guy.
Like 6 foot 180.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's rolling out there at 235, 240.
And yes, guys can get bigger. They can
Right.
work out, of course. But it was pretty stunning. And also pretty stunning that he went into that season not really. I mean, I think he was coming off like a 33 home run season, but he was never a guy that was like, this is a guy that could challenge for the title one day.
Right.
And all of a sudden it's like 33 to 66.
Yeah, McGuire could, but McGuire naturally was about 245. And then I don't know if anyone ever got his official weight, but my guess is that he was pushing 300 pounds when he was on the stuff because he was massive.
Massive. And the bat looked like a toothpick in his hand. It was ridiculous.
Number 2.
Big sigh of relief today from the Ravens. Ravens management, Lamar Jackson's teammates. Dude, what are you doing? Was he playing football on a beach and then he wiped into a jet ski?
Yes. That's about the
Holy
the summer.
S. By the way, the sigh of relief of most importance is from Lamar Jackson's family. Bruh, just stay healthy. Do something close to what you've been doing. Generational money is on the way.
Yeah. Get that contract first.
I mean, I remember I told the story a few months ago. I think it was like, I was talking about like Sam Decker, right? Who I think was a first round pick of the Rockets and had talked about mowing the lawn. And I was like, this was before he had signed in the NBA. I'm like, I'm not mowing the lawn. I'm not doing anything that has any whiff of risk before I sign my contract. And for Lamar Jackson, if the response is like, I got to live my life. No, you don't. Live a different life. You're in a bubble. Get your money. You're already at risk every time you freaking practice and every time you strap it up for a real football game. Don't be running on the beach. Ask Robert Edwards what happened with that.
Well, it's funny. That's what
running back for the Patriots who freaked his leg out playing some stupid sand football game before a Pro Bowl.
The rookie bowl,
Oh,
the Pro Bowl
God.
in the beach. I was just about to bring that up because my first thought when I saw this video was, has he never heard of Robert Edwards, who was a very, very promising player who destroyed his knee in a beach football game and never was the same again? Has he never heard of him? And then I realized, I think he was 2 years old when the Robert Edwards injury happened.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like fresh in my mind. So maybe he hasn't heard of him.
Same for me.
Maybe somebody should tell him.
Well, someone around him needs to say, hey, it's risky, man.
Yes. No question. Take it easy.
Get off the beach. Don't be, lay on the beach. I wouldn't do anything.
No.
Someone was like, hey, play Frisbee. No. Hey, let's go play some volleyball. Nope.
Got to get that contract.
Go lift some
first.
weights over there. Invent it. No. Play some basketball. I don't even want to be in the wind playing basketball. Too windy at the beach.
You basically
might throw me my equilibrium off. I might tear a knee.
You basically have a lottery ticket that already hit.
I'm not doing anything.
But you have to wait like 2 years to cash it, and you're like, okay, what should I do? Should I toss this up in the air and like let it maybe blow away? Yeah. That's what you're doing right now. It's not taking your chance.
It's only like a 1 in 100 chance you could blow out your knee. Well, that's too risky.
Way too risky. Don't do it.
Number 1.
Zeke Elliott has coronavirus.
Is that it?
Is it our business? That seems to be one of the big themes that's coming out of this. Reports are several Cowboys and several Houston Texans have coronavirus. But in the Zeke case, one of the narratives that's coming out, because Zeke already said it, he's pissed. He's pissed that the information came out. We had a great tweet earlier from a guy who is up on social media as Tom Crusader. Good job, buddy. Is it acceptable to hear from someone, hey, that's no one else's business that I have it? Oh, it isn't.
Oh, it is.
Because unless you can guarantee me that Zeke is going to get on the phone with everyone he's come in contact with for whatever period of time you want to name, unless he's going to do that, then yeah, it probably should be public.
Yeah.
And I know it sucks. It's a violation of your rights. And you could say, hey, it's no one's business, but this is serious stuff.
Yeah, it's the whole point of contact tracing, which has been very successful in other countries. We're so far behind on it, but in other countries, it's been very successful to try to determine who you've been around, who could be exposed, get them tested, and then get them quarantined if they have it. Like, all these things need to happen. So it is in the public's interest to know. It sucks that, if it's you or me, I guess there is a public spotlight or whatever, but I'm saying like a normal person gets it. Okay, they need to be responsible for telling everybody that they've been around, hey, I tested positive. You should get tested as well. Mm-hmm. I was around you this day. You should get tested. Don't see me for the next 2 weeks. All of those things need to be done on a personal level. When you're a very public figure like that, like, yes, he's been around a lot of people probably. And here's the other thing. If he's out at the mall or something tomorrow, which Texas, everything's open, so he might be, like, isn't it in the public's interest to like not run up on him and get an autograph or a picture? Like, yeah, he might say stay away, but it's in the public's interest to be like, stay away from that guy. And does it suck that you have like a scarlet letter on you now? Yeah, kind of. But that's what we're dealing with at this point. Like, you have to know that.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was a little weird. Like, he's nowhere near as famous as Zeke Elliott. But I thought it was weird that South Carolina coach for basketball, Frank Martin, never announced that he had it and then just announced, hey, I had it, I'm over it.
Right.
Now, maybe he has a small enough circle and maybe he wasn't going out at all. And he just called everyone that he may have come in contact with. I also think as a celebrity, you're doing a public good to, again, show people, hey, it's still out there.
Right.
It's not a hoax. I have it. Please be careful.
Yeah, I think absolutely. But, and again, like everywhere you go, people are going to run up on you. Like, how about if we understand, like, hey, probably not the right time. And, even good for him too, because think about that situation. He's out at the mall. People are running up on him like, hey, can I get an autograph? He's like, stay away. People are like, oh, what a jerk he is. Like, no, he might be trying to save somebody's life around you.
It's the